Welcome back everyone, I hope you are having a fantastic day. I certainly am, because we're once again back at the Supra. And this, in fact, is the last video before the big car show on the Supra. Because if you didn't know yet, the Supra will actually be displayed at one of the biggest car shows in entire Germany. And that's literally only about 2 weeks away from now, so we still got a whole lot of work ahead of us to turn this car into something like this. I've set out to turn this car into my very own Fast and Furious tribute car, and to do that, obviously we cannot leave it like that. So today is actually all about visuals, and to turn it into a true Fast and Furious car, of course, we will need to wrap the entire car. Of course, it will also need a classic Fast and Furious livery. We also need some proper underglow and a few technical things as well, such as the exhaust, because this exhaust pipe cannot be like this when we actually display at the car show, and also a intercooler, because currently this space is just like way too empty, so we will need to put a big front mount intercooler in there. So I'd say let's jump right in and start with the biggest job of today, which would be wrapping the entire car. So let's jump right into it. Alright, everything's off the car that we need to take off for wrapping. Now I will remove the wing behind the scenes, and we also still need to fix this. There was just a little bit of rust right there, so I'm gonna sand it down and have my dad paint this, because he's much better at painting than me. So I think the next step would be to give this old lady a quick wipe down. She's been sitting for quite a while, and you can see just from sitting how dirty she got. So let's wipe her down, give her a proper quick polish. So the car is 100% ready for wrapping, and the paint underneath the wrap is 100% smooth, because it's very important that the paint underneath the wrap is actually very smooth and doesn't have any scratches or deeper gouges, because if the paint underneath is crap, you will also see it through the wrap actually. Alright, car's fully polished. I'd say let's get straight to wrapping. I'm gonna do a super satisfying time lapse for you, but I'm gonna reveal the real color at the very end, so stay tuned for that. Let's get to wrapping. Okay guys, I don't want to keep teasing you for much longer, so here is the final color reveal. This turned out absolutely insane. Alright, hear me out. I know I said I did not want to build like the 50th Paul Walker Supra. So that's exactly why I let you vote in the comments below in the previous videos which color I should go for. And honestly, I loved all of the colors that you voted for, but at the end of the day, I just could not decide which color to go with. So in the end, I went with the color that I knew for sure that I would love. And well, that was just orange. Now, as you can tell, there is still a bunch of stuff missing, mainly the left front fender, which I'm gonna finish off camera real quick. But we're also missing the front bumper, the side skirts, the rear spats, and the mirrors, as well as the door handles. And I just want to give a huge shout out to my older brother who helped me with wrapping this entire car. It was a super long day. We started at 9 a.m. and we finished at like 3:30 a.m. So we've literally spent about 19 hours that day wrapping this car. So from the bottom of my heart, I know you will be watching this. Thank you so much. I could not have done this without him. My nephew also joined us and helped here and there, mainly with filming. So thanks to you as well. But just look at this finish. It turned out so amazing. This wrap was also amazing to work with. And just look at this booty. It's insane. Now, because we've already spent quite the time wrapping this entire thing, honestly, I'm a little tired of wrapping, and I really don't want to have anything to do with wrapping cars for the foreseeable future, because honestly, it was so much work. So I will be outsourcing the mirrors, the door handles, the side skirt and the bumper, as well as the livery on the side, to a professional, because honestly, I'm just tired of wrapping. I just don't want to do this anymore. But we got the majority done ourselves. We came so far, and I cannot believe how amazing this looks. But once again, too much talking. I'm just gonna finish this fender right here off camera real quick, and then we can move on to the big intercooler in the front. Because before I can put the bumper back on for the professionals to wrap it, I first obviously need to put the intercooler in. So let's do that right now. Old intercooler is out with all of the original piping, of course. Now I've noticed that this is in fact a aftermarket intercooler. You can see this is pretty beefy. I got a big beefy front mount intercooler kit for the Supra alongside some new piping right there. So I'd say let's put that in real quick. My guess is that I will probably need to do some modifications to the air filter setup, because currently I'm running an Apexi air filter kit, and if you look at the hole right here and where it needs to line up, I think this might get in the way, so I will need to figure it out along the way. Anyways, let's get it in. Alright, 10 out of 10 would not recommend installing a big front mount intercooler by yourself, because honestly, propping this thing up while trying to fiddle the screws in was next to impossible, but I managed to do it with some help of my jack right here. Anyways, we got it in. Next step, piping. Let's go. making progress. There are some issues though. For one, the manufacturer sadly forgot to send over some silicone couplers alongside the clamps, both for this side and for this side. So I ordered a new pair. Also, I had to relocate the coolant overflow tank to this side. Initially it was down here, but apart from that, I think this install went pretty smoothly. So let's finish buttoning everything back up and then start this old lady for the first time again in a while. Alright, intercooler is fully installed into the car. Bumper's back on because that needs to be on for the professionals to wrap the car. I also already brought off the side skirts, the side mirrors and the door handles to a professional for them to start wrapping it. So let's give her a quick crank, start her up for the first time in a while, and then let's move on to the next big thing, which would be the exhaust. So let's do a quick sound check. I'm not gonna rev her too high. She's been sitting for a while, she's cold, but just for a quick reference, let's check out how the old exhaust sounds. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It's just way too quiet, and the typical 2JZ tone is just not there. So I decided to go for a full 3-inch stainless steel exhaust. I was really thinking about going titanium. However, I found a great deal on a complete turbo back exhaust. So basically this entire piece right here is our down and mid pipe all in one. And this thing was super affordable. This entire full exhaust just cost me around 400 bucks. And I decided to go for a generic one because I was planning to kind of make it my own exhaust anyway. So before cutting apart an HKS or a Tomei exhaust, I thought it would maybe be a little more financially smart to cut up a $400 exhaust instead of a $1,500 exhaust. So for now, I'm just basically gonna install the cat back. And once we actually start taking care of the power of the car, I will be installing the mid pipe as well, alongside the down pipe, just to get some more power. I was honestly expecting this exhaust to not fit at all on this car given the price, but honestly, huge shout out to whatever company manufactures this exhaust, because for like $400, honestly, this is like the most perfect fitting exhaust, and this was literally just a matter of like 15 minutes to put this entire assembly on. It was so easy, the fitment is on point, and even in the back right here, it's just perfectly centered, which is really not common for cheap exhausts. Because just as a reference, on my RX-7 FC, I have installed a Jap Speed full exhaust system all the way from the turbo to the back. And this one actually cost me right around like 799 euro, which would be like a little over $800. And the fitment on that was hideous, honestly. So I'm really surprised to see that an exhaust that costs like less than half of that has such a great fitment. But of course, there's one more thing, arguably the most important thing, the sound. So please sound good. Dude, I don't know if you can hear me, but that's so loud. Dude, that sounds so insane. Let me rev it out a little bit. Oh my god. That sounds way better than I could have ever expected. I know it's still missing a little bit of that 2JZ sauce, and I think that's mainly because we still got the 2 stock catalytic converters in the car, so I think that will kind of sort itself out once we actually install a 200 cell sports catalytic converter and just do a full straight pipe apart from that. But man, oh man, that was well worth it. And no, don't worry, my head gasket is not blown. That was just from the cold start, just some condensation burning off. But anyways, one major step out of the way. Now I have decided to figure out the underglow situation once we actually deliver the car to the car show, because then I can basically just temporarily stick it on. I'm probably not gonna leave it there forever, so I'm gonna do that in the next video once we actually deliver the car to the car show. But still, one major thing missing now, the livery. So the game plan now is that once the side skirts, the mirrors, the door handles, etc. are actually wrapped, I will collect them from the wrapping shop, put them on the car, and then bring the car there for them to finish off the car by wrapping the front bumper and putting an amazing livery on this car. That's the game plan, so I'd say I will see you when I'm picking up the car from the shop once it's fully done, because at this point there's really nothing I can do anymore to this car. I'm just gonna have to wait for them to finish the car. But man, I cannot wait to see this thing fully finished. It sounds good, it looks good. Only some small bits and bobs missing now. So please, at this point, let me know in the comments below, should I have gone for another color, or do you think this is a good color choice? For me personally, I'm over the moon. I always wanted to have my very own Fast and Furious replica tribute car, whatever you want to call it. But so in the end, I just had to go for orange, even though I know it's not really interesting for you guys to watch because it has been done for like the 50th time already on YouTube. But it's just one of my dreams, and I thought if I'm wrapping it anyways, you know, I might as well make the dream come true. So long story short, I will see you at the big reveal.